Have you ever had this gut feeling of, doing something and deep down, this thing that I'm doing, that's not what, that's not the right thing to do. But because you don't trust your intuition, you go with it. And I'm saying this coming from someone who has been, watching people on YouTube, like these people that are doing things that we want to do. And we tend to take their advice so like very much that we don't even actually, believe that we can do it. So we tend to think they are the ones with the answers. And we fall a victim to, their schemes that they use on us. But the reason why I'm saying all this is because of something that I just experienced today. Um, on my business. You see, I've tried, I wanted to start copywriting like 6 months ago. And every time I try to, reach out to people or, get into or put my phone to the door, it's like I just get held back and I listen to, videos, podcasts, these things that it's not actually giving me any, go ahead to, do what's actually necessary. And the thing I needed to do was just work. That's it. And it came to a point that, I got sick of it. So yesterday I just did it. I'm like, forget this shit, bro. Like whatever happens, happens. I don't know what's going to happen. I'll just do it. And I did it, and surprisingly, it's like it worked. It's like, and it just taught me a lesson that nobody knows nothing until they start doing it and learn from the mistakes and they become better from the mistakes that they do. So if I want to become good at something, even though someone is teaching me, that's what that person learned. And even if I start and I use their formula and I get to a certain point, I'm going to like reach a roadblock. And what if my problem is not something they've experienced? So they don't have the answer to that. But what if I started right and every single failure that I faced, I recorrected it by my own self? And from doing that, I gain, insights in whatever I'm doing. And if I, the more I keep going, the more I try to figure things out because I've already done it. And, it breeds a sense of confidence in you. But, let's just put this aside. The title of this video is self-destruction. What I realized is like today I was working, like I was sending outreaches and I was trying to do the work right. But there was this resistance. It's like, this is what I'm supposed to do to get to where I'm supposed to go. But I don't want to do it. But I have to do it. And then from reading books and using philosophy, my little knowledge of it, there is just this sense of there's this part of you that doesn't just like my present self doesn't want my future self to be born. Like, it just doesn't want it because it knows when I don't do outreaches. I've never done it in my life. So if I start doing that, a certain part of this version of me is going to die. And this version of me doesn't want to die for my new version to be born. And that is where self-destruction comes from. All these self-improvement things that they are telling us to do, bro. This, like they always say, it's masturbation. It's really masturbation. Like, if you want to do something, we all know what to do. We just don't want to do it because our current self doesn't want to die for our new self to be born. And I just like, I'm like, it's painful. Like a lot of people won't tell. I don't know if people here on YouTube tell like the real raw truth about becoming an entrepreneur, doing something out of the common. It's scary. You put yourself in dark places. It's if you guys think I'm lying, like I want you to just do something that just something simple. Maybe it's not simple. Just cut off social media. I don't want you to listen to no video, nothing. Like just pure silence. Sit with your mind. It's a dark place you can go because you start knowing who you are. You start knowing the reasons why you do things. You start catching yourself doing stupid things. Like once your awareness is on, like when you're awake, like sometimes I catch myself doing things like stupid things. I see myself doing it. But it's just that I've done it so many times that if I don't if I don't do it, it's like I'm not comfortable inside. It's like I'm cheating myself. And if it comes up, I'm like, bro, I just have to kill this guy. Like, I have to kill him. Like, it's going to be painful. I have this strict rule that I have to eat 5 eggs and a banana today, like every day for at 1 p.m. It's just part of my manifesto, like something I'm trying to build for my new character. And yesterday, my girlfriend brought like 6 bananas, right? And I finished everything. I was supposed to eat one. And today I told myself I'm going to watch myself. And I watched myself. Like, I don't know if you guys like or understand this, but this is very weird. I watched myself waking up after eating, 1 banana, going into the fridge, taking 1 banana. I can see myself, observing myself eating it. But there is this deep, version of me that wants it. It's inside. And I have to kill that guy. Like, I have to take it out. That's what you need to do. It's not self-improvement. You know what to do. But this version of you is just not allowing you to, because it doesn't want to die. It's a dark thing that I'm talking about, but this is the truth. This is it. You have to change your paradigm. And I will give you guys one thing for you to understand very much, to give more insights to the topic I'm talking about. If you ever been to the gym and you want to improve, maybe gain weight or lose weight, and start a gym for like 2 weeks, you keep on going consistent. Why is it that straight after 2 months you find yourself back home, not going to the gym, or maybe after 3 months? You see, there is this. You see this straight line. I'll use this straight line as your, normal self, the things you've done for a long time. So let's start from point A to point B. So let's say point A to point B, you just been doing your regular things, and when you reach point B, you're like, maybe I'm like 23 and I need to build my body. So you be like, okay, I'm going to hit the gym. So you start from point B. Now, going downwards shows that you're going in a different direction, right? So you keep going downwards, everything is good. First week you go to the gym, okay, everything is good. You're going downwards to a new direction, just your new self, building your new body. So you keep going down. But as time goes on, you see where this arrow is going, this line is going, it's going upwards. It's retracting to the old self, this current self of you. And it will come back on track to being yourself again. And when that line is back there, you that's when you quit your gym. And have you ever sat down to ask yourself, why? I want to do this thing, but why am I not doing it? And the reason is we have not programmed ourselves to the new character, that we want to become in our system. We've not altered our belief. Like the previous video that I made, our subconscious controls 75 of the things that we make. So it's like, if you want something, like I've had this weird thing that I keep doing, but I don't know, it might sound weird to you, but I have to do it. It's like I've written down who I want to be. And if you guys go down, you see, what I've said. Like, there is this manifesto that I've done in the paper form, and it shows what I'm going to be when I'm 25. I'm 24 now. So I read everything like I recorded it on my phone, like an audio. So every morning, every evening, even during work, in between work, I listen to that thing. So it programs my mind. And today something strange happened. I don't know. Is that I'm in a medical school, so I go for practicals. We are in vacation, but I go for practicals. And I read like during practicals, and at like 12 noon, I go for break. I sit down and just sit down and think. And there is this place, right, outside the hospital, and I just sit down and I envision myself. I'm reading this book called Becoming Supernatural. There's this kind of meditation, right, that you do when you feel like in a real life like vision, like you just vision yourself like sitting down in your dream, future where you want to be. So one of my dreams is to have like a big mansion, like you guys have probably seen the photos. Like sit down and I was just envision, I could feel myself, my legs on the grass and stuff, and I was just sitting there, right, my legs was crossed, and I did that yesterday. And I didn't think nothing of it. So today I went back, right? And noon, I did the same, meditation. I was just sitting and my legs was crossed, and I was envisioning myself, my kids are playing, my wife is on the grass, I have like a chef that is bringing me tea and stuff, and there's a table there, and there's this big compound and this big house, and I'm just, sitting down, working, being grateful for my life, and I just opened my eyes, and I was back in reality, and I didn't think nothing of it. It's just an exercise I did. But when I went back into the hospital and I was reading, I found myself like my legs crossed. Like it doesn't know what happened. It's like crossed, and I was like, it's like I felt like I've already accomplished the thing. Like it's like I own the house. It's like that's how I felt. And I realized the more we keep telling ourselves things, the more we become it. That is why it's very dangerous if you're a parent and maybe your child is has a bad habit and you keep calling them names, or you keep telling them they are not, they can do something. They will grow up and think they can do it. Even if they grow up and they surround themselves with people, or wherever they find it, it's embedded in you. Like these things is truly embedded in us, and we have to get rid of it. Like what I was saying about the banana, like there's this thing in me, like this part of me that's yearning to just eat, and I have to control it, because if I don't control it, it will take over me. And you have to know, like, let your body know you're in control. Don't let your body keep tell your mind that your body is in control. Like this thing is dark. It's very dark. Like it's very dark thing, but it's true. You have to self-destruct yourself. If you want something, like, for something to grow, something has to die. That's it. If you want to do something, new, the part of you has to die. And self-improvement is not going to help that, because it's like a tree. Take like a tree that has, things that are unhealthy for the tree attached to the roots. By all means, it's going to affect the whole plant, because that's where the source of nutrients and all these things that help the plants become what it is to bear fruits. So if that place is sick, the whole plant is going to be sick. And self-improvement doesn't clean the roots. Self-improvement is like it just cleans the flowers or the leaves, so that the outside is shiny and stuff. That is why you might read a book about being confident, or making money or something, but you go out into the world and realize, fuck, I'm still the same. Or maybe you might go into the one like 2 3 days, you might be confident, but after the 4th day, you're still the same human being, the same old version of you, because there's a root of you that hasn't been fixed. And the only thing you can do to solve that is to cut it off, cut the whole roots off. And that is what I have to do to myself. So, going on forward, I want you guys to know as far as I keep doing this YouTube thing, I'm going to change. Some things are going to change, because I am going to change. I am going to start doing things in alignment to my future self, or the character I want to be. So some of the old stuff that I used to do, I'm doing now, is going to go. So some new stuff are going to come in. And I'll just conclude this, man. Look, nobody knows nothing. Jeff Bezos, before he even got the idea of Amazon, he read a book about Sam Walton, which is the guy who, founded, was it Walmart? Yeah, Walmart. And he got the idea from that. So it's like, we all don't know nothing. It's like we have to get in touch with our intuition and just do it. That's one thing I've realized. Like, nobody knows nothing. Everyone is just, we are all just trying, bro. We are all just trying. And the more you keep searching outside, like, I feel like if you ignore your inside, you don't get nothing outside. The more you keep searching for outside, like you set your answers from external, people, and not looking within you, you might think that's the answer, but you always come back to it. That's like the answer is, oh yeah, bro. It's oh yeah. But yeah, I'm sorry. This is a long thing, but that's it. Just kill yourself, bro. Like the version, like the old version of you, because it doesn't believe like myself now. I want to make like 100K next year, but this version of me doesn't believe it can. Like I'm from like a third world country, and would nobody makes 100,000? Like I've never known anybody that makes 100,000 a year. Like it's some money that it's not in my system. It's not in my programming. So even if I lie to myself that I'm going to make it, maybe 2 3 weeks, yeah, I will be convinced. But until I become the guy, it will never happen. And I have to, and for me to become that guy, it's just pain and suffering, bro. It's just pain and suffering, bro. I'm just thinking about how like, cause I've been through this. I've been through this. Like I self-destructed myself. Like I killed the old version of me and this character that I am. That's what I wanted to be, but I have to kill this one too. Like the one I killed like, last year. I had this weird dream, bro. Like I can't share with you guys, but it's very dark. It means I have like trauma from it now, like PTSD, bro. It's bad, but that's the only thing that scares me. It's like, I don't know why into like these people don't tell us like the reality of this thing. It's painful. It's a dark place to be in. Like chasing success and greatness is not easy, bro. It's not an easy thing. I came across a video about this guy, David Fogarty. He was talking about like he feels like dying every day. Like the last 4 months, that's how I feel. And the reason why I felt that was because I wasn't consuming like I'm consuming these days. Because now I have to learn because I'm running a business, so I'm learning. But before I was just working much more myself, so I just eliminate everything. And every night, bro, every night, it's like I question myself. So if you die today, like, are you going to be happy with the life that you lived? I used to even tell people, like, people used to think I was crazy. Like last 4 months, my girlfriend too. It's like people just looked at me like, bro, do you know you're young? Like, why do you feel like you're dying? But I think I just lost in touch with the world and this consumption. So I knew what the real world is. I was thinking that I don't have time, bro. Like people, as much as you might think you have time, we don't have time. But like I was saying, the guy is like worth tens of millions, and that's how he feels. And like it's a dark thing to become an entrepreneur. Like I wouldn't recommend this for anyone, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to become successful, you have this sickness in your head. It's tough, but you keep persevering. Like for what? Like, I could go and get a job. Like I can be a doctor, and have a nice payment. But it's like there's this part of my brain, and it's not like what I've seen from online. This thing has been in me for like years, ever since I was 14, 15, 13. I've always searched a way to like, out of the system, like how had people doing this thing, or how to be self-dependent, or not to answer to anyone. I've always been searching for things to do. And I think it has to be naturally. If you force it, you crash out. If you force it, you crash out, or you gain things in you become miserable. I'm sorry this video is long, but I just want to share with you guys what this life like is growing up, and that's it. So anyone that's watching, I just want you to know the expectations that life comes with when you are trying to become something or to make something out of yourself, the things you go through. And yeah, as always, my name is Salim. I think I'll end the video here because I don't think I have much more to say. But yeah, for you to go to another level, you have to sacrifice yourself. You know how the old days, like for when they ask something from the gods, they have to sacrifice. That's it. For something to be born, something has to die. And that's where I leave this video. As always, my name is Salim. If you're new to my channel, and this is your first acquaintance to me, I'm sorry for the topic of the video, but welcome. And I think I'll see you tomorrow, because I'll do this kind of things daily. And yeah, so until tomorrow, peace.